Here, baby girl. I know. A couple more videos. I love you. Come here. Give me a hug. Welcome back, bunghole sniffers. We have another exciting video for tonight. This is actually was a birthday present from my lovely wife, Jessica. Of course, she knew that I wanted it because we were at Preservation and I was looking at it, and it was the only one that really tickled my fancy. Uh, and it was also on my birthday list that I gave her, but still, she knew I wanted one. Um, we did not get to try this on the tour, though. We tried two of their pot still, the bourbon and the rye, and then Cock of the Walk, funny name, and then You're So Immature, bunghole sniffer. And the last one was the maple finish rye, very old Saint Nick, or VOSN for short. So if you see VOSN on lists and things like that, they're probably talking about very old Saint Nick, and I'm guessing that's old Santa Claus himself on the label. Um, these used to be like hand drawn in the early 2010s when Preservation was starting out, and this is a Preservation Distillery offering. So all those things, Cock the Walk, Preservation, um, Weeded Pot Still, those are all from the same distillery. So Preservation Distillery is in Bardstown. It's about 5 miles up the road from Willett. So obviously plan your trip, and definitely recommend going to Preservation, especially for the bar, because they will have some really cool stuff that you can't try on the tour. Um, I got to try the very old Saint Nick. I believe it was the Nirvana 17 year. There's a couple other. There's Saint Hood, and I think I had Nirvana. It was probably not that one though. It's probably a different one. But they're all 17-year-old and supposedly at least partially Stitzel-Weller sourced amazing juice. It tastes like 17-year-old Stitzel-Weller, whatever I had. Didn't try all three. It was a little, uh, not that it was too expensive. It's that I had already gone to Willett all day, and then we did the tour. I did two tours in several different, and I drank everything they gave me in the bars. And yes, there's a lot of drinks in a short amount of time, so couldn't get everything at Preservation. But very beautiful farm. It's located on 40 acres that used to be a tobacco farm. There's some like red barns. They actually have longhorn cattle that are really beautiful, and they are a very small operation. I think they make maybe 1 or 2 barrels a day. So you know, if you've seen the prices for some Preservation bottles and the very old Saint Nick's, they kind of start at $100 entry tag price level. So a lot of people, I feel like, get turned off from them. More about Preservation and who started it. Founded in 2015 by Marcy Palatella. She's kind of one of the pioneers of the modern bourbon boom, um, bringing in the craft, and not really the craft, but the high end, quality and sourcing and blending that she was known for in those early days. She made a lot of connections when bourbon was kind of in a lull in those 90s to 2000s. She's got obviously some Stitzel stocks and some other higher age things that she does pull from for blending and other things like those really skinny 375s like the Saint Hood and the Nirvana and that other thing that I can't remember. Um, really cool bottles. About this one, very old Saint Nick Immaculata, Immaculata. This is batch 2, lot number 2, sorry. 59.1% alcohol or 118.2 proof. This is Preservation pot distilled vintage barrels, and hand selected casks. So this is a blend of several different things. I can tell you there is 8-year-old pot distilled bourbon in this. There's also a 10-year-old um, Kentucky high rye bourbon that was, I'm going to say, contract distilled. It was made for them. So I think they were using their recipe somewhere else to make it, or some other kind of relation that I'm not sure of. But and then there is supposedly 18-year-old bourbon that's sourced, but from what I heard, it actually turned 19 years during the bottling phase. So it is actually 8, 10, and 19-year-old bourbon. Um, and you can tell from the color, there's some old stuff in here. We do not caramel color or put anything artificial in bourbon, which is one of the reasons why I love it so much. Is that there's only one way to make color like this, and it's perfectly crafting and aging. And this is such a dark chestnutty mahogany brown. High price tag, like I've mentioned with anything preservation. This one's coming at about $250 MSRP, and it's because of the age and whatnot. Other than that, I love the silver wax. I love the label. Looks a little different than the other very old Saint Nick's. There's a lot of them under $200. Those are usually the ryes. Usually the bourbons you'll see with the very old Saint Nick are going to be in the 200 or plus range. I got to try. Let's use my preservation glass. This is the one they give you on the tour for tasting. And they do the same thing Willet does. You get to walk and talk, and then you give you the actual tasting during the tour, so you get to try different offerings at different points in the tour, which is kind of cool. I do like that. Good spacing out. Wasn't the biggest fan of the two pot stilled. I like the rye better than the bourbon. I thought they're still a little bit grainy and very crafty. Got a farmhouse funk to it, which makes sense. I mean, they're on a farmhouse, but usually using locally sourced grains and wheat and stuff like that. But there is just a crafty funk that I don't always love. And those two bottles had it. Cock of the Walk had it too. Not as bad, but it was still there. So let's see if there's any of that on this, because this does have some of the 8-year in there, the wheated pot still. And I'm not getting any of that crap on this. Oh my god, that smells great. This is such rich deliciousness. Yeah, I'd pay $250 just to smell the glass. No, um, I don't remember if the I'm we're gonna say it was Nirvana. If the Nirvana smelled this good or better than this, but there's not much better than this. This is like those brandied maraschino cherries in your old fashioned, the really good ones, the Luxardo, or the ones that really good bars make in house. There's just this like deep dark black cherry syrup, goody gooey gushiness, and like maybe like a molasses or a really dark honey or really dark maple syrup. There's a little bit of spice in there. I'm not getting anything youthful or crafty. I'm not getting the funk. I'm not getting a weeded funk or a crafty funk or a pot still funk. Maybe a little bit down in there. I'm getting something, but it's so minimal. There's no heat. It smells so delicious. Let's see how this tastes, because there's nothing worse when a nose is this good and it doesn't taste anything like that. That'll make or break a score. In spades. So good. There's a lot more spice. Whoa. Blast to the palate, but oh, it's so rich and lingering. It is a little nutty. It's super oaky. It's still sweet and got cherries and maple syrup for days, but maybe a little bit of cocoa. I'm getting some dried fruit too. There's some like golden raisin or like some dark raisin. Not really like a fresh grapey note. Tons of fruit, tons of cherries, tons of raspberries, tons of raisins, maple syrup, and it's like I said, it's a little nutty. It's like a fancy peanut butter and jelly sandwich because it's a little velvety or buttery, creamy. God, I just want to smell that all day. That smells so freaking good. So freaking good. 250 bucks. This is the best besides the super crazy ones that are $700-800 plus Stitzel Weller sourced. This is the in the you know $100 to $300 range, the best very old Saint Nick I've tried so far. And the maple finish rye is delicious. You could probably pour that on pancakes. This I want to brush my teeth with this. It's so good. Yeah. Oh my God. Cranberries. Cranberries. I don't think I've ever gotten cranberry on a bourbon. A lot of cinnamon. A little bit of nutmeg or allspice. Bouncing between both nostrils because you pick up different things if you don't have a deviated septum, which I have. Um, God, that's a medium, that's a good medium long finish. That's lingering. That's a good 10-second finish. Wow. Preservation. Do more like this. Okay. I do wish this was a little bit cheaper, but I understand after touring, after seeing how small of an operation you are, how your product's getting better and growing. I can see how this fits that $250 bill. I do really like the bourbons more than the ryes. I do think with very old Saint Nick, the higher proof stuff's a little bit better. Um, I do think that the store picks of like the Cock of the Walk are better. Um, I am now much more tempted to buy more very old Saint Nick stuff. I do want to track down um, one of the what's it called? The funky one, Funkadelic, very old Saint Nick Funkadelic, and I love the new bottle shape on this. I did not like the skinny black bottles of the old Immaculatas. I really love this one. I love the label. I love the color. I love the Santa Claus. I love the wax. Everything about this packaging was great. I love my wife. Thank you so much, Jess, for getting this for me. Hope you're not mad I did this video without you. I figured we will talk about preservation some more when we talk about our trip to Kentucky. Before we forget, rating. We gotta rate this. This son of a B. The son of a G. The son of an OG. Um, so very quick. We just said that, didn't we? This is what happens when you film 3 videos in a row, back to back to back. And this is so delicious. This is so good. 86 out of 100. Final answer. This is just so complex, and the fruit on this, and it's almost like it's red wine finished or something, but it's not finished. Like a port wine or something. It's very desserty. Cranberry. I've never gotten that on anything. I get raisin and cranberry, like dried cranberry, or even like fresh cranberry juice in a sweet way, in a good way, if you like cranberry. If you don't listen to that part. It's got dark cherry and other stuff, raspberry. deliciousness, syrupy goodness. It's thick. Pour this on your pancakes. Put it in your cereal. Um, Rob your mom to buy another bottle. Don't do that. We went to the dark side for a second. Please remember to like, subscribe, turn on notifications to find out what we're doing next. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok and Lemon8, whatever. And until next time, sleep tight, bunghole sniffers.